Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
Yanaminaka, Fiji. In this bulletin, Kandavu and Southern Lao to receive relief supplies today. More information sharing needed to protect Fiji's borders. And New Year's traffic operations to continue.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nai.
Maritime islands that were affected by tropical cyclone Sarai, particularly Kandavu and Southern Lao, will receive relief supplies today. Minister for Disaster Management Chone Usamate says a team from the National Disaster Management Office has left for Kandavu to assist with the initial damage assessment. Usamate says another full team will leave for Kandavu today, carrying with them emergency rations.
We are now looking is to send a boat down to Kandavu. Together with other officers will carry out a detailed assessment, and at the same time when need be distribute rations where these need to be distributed and provide whatever assistance to the people in those areas. So that is our current focus largely on Kandavu and the other maritime islands.
The Fiji Revenue and Customs Service says controlling and providing surveillance on our borders continue to be a challenge. FRCS Chief Executive Vishwanath Das says working with other border agencies is vital and more information sharing is needed. Ali Kimbia with the story.
The recent seize of hard drugs floating in our waters was due to the concerted effort by relevant border agencies.
Of course, we all know about the drugs that came afloat in the Lao group. That was a very good example of how Fiji Police and Navy and Fiji Revenue and Customs, my customs team, we all work together collaboratively, and FRCS, provided the funding for the transport.
Vishwanath Das says they will continue working with other border agencies to ensure that various ports of entry are well covered.
Whilst Fiji Revenue and Customs Service has the border security responsibility as well, but we have various other agencies. Likewise, as we have 10 service centers around Fiji to serve our Fijians with the revenue and customs service products. However, our presence may be lesser in the outer islands.
With the increase of trade activity around the world, the Fiji Navy is more than ready to provide the much needed surveillance on our seas.
When we do fisheries patrol, it's not only a dedicated fisheries patrol. It is a drug enforcement patrol, it is a oceans governance patrol, FERCA to ensure that all our contraband items are monitored and are kept through the legal system.
There are currently 5 naval vessels overseeing monitoring and surveillance of Fiji's exclusive economic zone. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Drivers who've previously been issued with traffic infringement notices are still ignoring road rules. Director Traffic SSP Mahesh Mishra says the failure of drivers to comply with safety advisories is becoming a challenge for the Fiji Police Force. SSP Mishra says their New Year's traffic operations will continue until next Friday. Meanwhile, the number of road fatalities in 2019 dropped by 7, with 70 recorded in 2018 and 63 in 2019.
Again, I'm mentioning about voluntary compliance so that you follow the rule. You don't have to be told what is wrong and what is right, because at the end of the day, when you obtain your driving license, there is a condition that governs the driving license and by law, which when you fail to adhere to, that is where the enforcement comes in.
Carbon will soon be a new commodity for the Ministry of Forests. Permanent Secretary Pene Balinambuli says a new 5-year carbon trading plan will help reduce emissions in an effort to address climate change. Balinambuli says the World Bank is willing to be the first buyer of Fiji's carbon. The project is expected to be implemented soon.
And so it's meant to address climate change, first and foremost, but within it there's opportunity for resource owners who grow their trees and do not log them to also make a bit of money through carbon trading. So Fiji has been in the Pacific It is the first small island developing country to make a submission to the World Bank through an emissions reduction program.
Youth from Delenavesi in Lami have come up with a novel way to earn money for the 2020 school term. This is the Washington Girikava squad using tin cans, gas tanks, plates, plastic drums, pretty much anything they can beat on to make music. Girikava is an annual New Year's tradition in Fiji. These youth are putting it to good use. They're taking responsibility for themselves, trying to make a few dollars to put towards their academic needs. Overseas, one person is confirmed dead and another 17 are missing in East Gippsland in Victoria in Australia as the true horror of the bushfires becomes clear. The Navy is evacuating 1,000 people trapped on a beach in Malakuta, with thousands others having to wait there another night. Bushfires are raging across the country, but the state of Victoria and New South Wales are suffering the most. 7 people have died in New South Wales since Monday night. Coming up, Tuai may lead Sevens team again. And registrations closed today for Tamandamu Sevens.
Oira na ngone no de nunu ena be singa ni mataka.
Mersu sunga da kena loma dina kena be karon.
Sakena ngau na metar lobina no na baksa ngai ka wala loma takina ngone. Dalobina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kiki rau ena be mataka.
Boniti kena bakarombuka.
Ni boy tini kalima na miniti me ono kina tini na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Pindah-pindah na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
Welcome back. Fiji Sevens halfback Jerry Tuai has been informed he may lead the side to the Hamilton and Sydney Sevens in the absence of Paula Njani-Sinukula. At this stage, Njani-Sinukula looks set to miss the next leg due to injury. Tuai was first made captain in 2017 before the skipper's role was handed to Kalyone Nasoko in 2018 as the national team's coaching staff wanted to ease the load on Tuai. After Nasoko was injured last year, Njani-Sinukula was given the responsibility to lead the team. National coach Gareth Baber says he has spoken to Tuai about wearing the captain's armband again.
Obviously have that conversation with Jerry as well and the other coaches, see exactly where we are. We thought about that. Paula has a fracture in his wrist. It's healing well. It might be a bit tight for Hamilton and Sydney, but I'll make that decision once obviously we're clear when the players come back in after New Year. We get them back in on Thursday, Friday of this week, and then we'll continue to train next week.
The organisers of the second Tamandamu Rugby Sevens are confident the tournament will be played on its scheduled dates, despite the fact registration for the event has been low. This being said, only 14 men's teams, 9 youth teams and 1 women's team has registered so far, and registration closes today. Organisers are urging all interested teams to register for the competition, which is scheduled for next Friday at Prince Charles Park in Nandi.
We are positive with the tournament going ahead next week. For last year's tournament, we have 20 teams. This year, we are targeting 24 men's team and 16 youth teams, which is the under-20 competition, to be part of the tournament.
Former Fiji Sevens assistant coach Paul Feeney is now the head coach for the Kenya Sevens team. Feeney was part of our 2005 national team's coaching staff led by Wayne Pivak that won the Melrose Cup. Manchester City is now 11 points behind Liverpool on the Premier League table after their 2-1 win over Everton yesterday. Brazilian star Gabriel Jesus scored twice, and the win means City is now 1 point behind second-placed Leicester. A bit of a mixed bag today with fine weather giving way to cloudy conditions and possible afternoon showers in a few places. And that's your FBC Morning News. Remember to join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For these stories and others, you can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. That's it from me for now. Have a good morning.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर।
शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो Fiji 2 देश की धड़कन पर।